Welcome back. As we earlier said, we're going to talk about the restoration and preservation of the relics and monuments, especially here in Egypt, that we treasure a lot of monuments and relics here. According to our history, the relics and monuments are a precious legacy that requires maintenance and good conservation. The need of restoring and also renovating those relics and monuments becomes the first priority to a country like Egypt, and that's why they were studying, and today they are using laser as a new technique in these particular measures to preserve and maintain the relics and monuments. And with us is Dr. Magdi Mansour, General Director of Conservation Coptic Museum, SCA. Good morning, Dr. Mansour.
Good morning.
A very good morning to you, Doctor. Just before we get into all the details, let's start by a quick definition of laser. What is laser and how is it being used in this innovative way?
Actually, you selected a very interesting topic for professionals. I hope it will be also for common people a little bit interesting. Laser was discovered at the beginning of 20th century, exactly 1916, by a physician called Albert Einstein. He was the first one who produced laser beam. And what is laser? Laser is an abbreviation of many words of full sentence called light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, which is enlargement and enlargement of the light. So we get from the light and material, we get a very strong and focused light beam called laser. The laser speed is so speed, it is around 3 times 10 power 8 meter by second. I will say the number again because it's so fast. The speed of the laser is 3 times 10 power 8 meter per second, which gives the laser the ability to travel from the Earth to the moon back and forth within 2.5 seconds. Can you imagine how speed it is? Yeah. So the laser, when it was discovered, it was just a light, a ray, a beam, without any applications. And the physician gets bored and angry because they discovered something precious, but they can't use it for applications, for the field, for the applied life. In 1960, they started to invent the first laser device for applications in manufacture and in medicine. Yeah.
Wow. Right. Why do we tend to use the latest technology in preserving and maintaining those antiques and relics and monuments? Why are we so keen? I know it's important that we should do that, but why tending to use the laser in particular? What's useful in laser when we can preserve monuments, for example?
Right. Actually, all the sciences and all the new discoveries and the latest technologies are cooperating together for helping and serving and protecting the cultural heritage, not only Egyptian heritage or Islamic heritage or Coptic heritage, but it is a human heritage. It is possessed to every human being in the world. So we always go back to science and theories to preserve and to restore and to discover the cultural heritage. For example, we use chemistry, we use physics, we use DNA for Ramses II to know to whom he belonged in the past. We used DNA also for the mummy of Hatshepsut because there was doubt that it is Hatshepsut or not, and the DNA confirmed that she is Hatshepsut. Also using X-ray with DNA, we discovered that Tutankhamun was died, not was killed by somebody. So we use the latest technology to help preserving, keeping the heritage for the coming generation to see what the ancestors have done.
Indeed, Doctor, of course, this is a challenging thing to do because most of the antiquities that you are trying to either restore or conserve are very old, they're ancient, and surely the conservation community faces several challenges. What would some of these challenges be?
This is a very good question because actually we are confronted in Egypt a lot of challenges. First, we have too many ancient buildings, Pharaonic, Greek-Roman, Coptic, Islamic, even Jewish, modern. And all these ancient materials and ancient buildings needs restoration. Also, we have too many artifacts in museums, in stores, and in archaeological sites as well. So the efforts from the local authorities is not enough. We need international institutions, international organizations to give hand for protecting this this heritage, because as we mentioned, it is human heritage, not only Egyptian heritage. And this is one big challenge we are facing in Egypt, plus security. Nowadays, we hear every day some artifacts were stolen, some illicit trades have been done, and so on. So it is a big challenge for the local authorities to keep an eye on this cultural heritage and to keep them in the right way for the coming generation. The second challenge we meet or we face as a professional in archaeology and in conservation, as we all know, Egypt is a dusty and humid country. Plus, the rate of the air pollution is very high, relatively high. So we can find on the surface of the ancient building and artifacts a lot of undesired materials like soot, dirt, and other accumulations. So this challenge make us forced to clean all these artifacts. During cleaning these artifacts, especially paintings, we find other challenges. For example, the gilded areas in the paintings is very sensitive to all kind of chemicals, all kind of organic solvents. So when we insist on cleaning the gilded areas by traditional methods, we scratch or we destroy part of these gilded areas. Also, we have old pigments. Pigments means colors painted on the painting. We have the red pigment and the green pigment are very sensitive to organic solvents and to all chemicals, and we can't use traditional methods for cleaning the surfaces. So we go back to the latest technology. We use laser for cleaning all this accumulation and removing them up on the surface without hurting the painting itself.
Doctor, when have you decided to get engaged to laser technology and application in preserving the monuments?
It's a long story, but I will make it short as much as I can. Actually, in 1996, I was intrigued by a newspaper article given to me by my ex-director, Dr. Shawqi Nakhla. This article was on using laser for cleaning marble statues in Paris and Rome. This is the first hit on this topic. When I read this article, I got intrigued to this research. So during the period from 1996 to 2001, I traveled a lot to some European states and to the United States to collect materials, to collect scientific material and for training in this specific topic. In 2001, I did some trials in the National Institute for Laser Science in Cairo University in cooperation with Professor Muhammad Abdel Hadi and Professor Yahya Abdel Hamid Badr, the Dean of the Laser Institute at that time. Actually, we have got very, very good and satisfied results for cleaning accumulations upon ancient paintings. In that time, Europe was a little bit late in this branch of cleaning of paintings. In Europe, they cleaned marble, stone, and wood very well by lasers, but the research in this hot area was still pioneering when we started it. Actually, we together with Professor Muhammad Abdel Hadi and Professor Yahya Badr reached international results, and it was published in international conferences and magazines.
Indeed.
And we will refer to it in the slides.
Right, that's exactly.
Later on.
Doctor, you have some slideshows and some pictures for us to show us how you can use laser applications in conservation of antiques as well as issues of archaeology. So we will first, before we start showing these slideshows, tell us a bit about how laser is being used in the conservation of antiques.
Mainly, the laser is used for cleaning the surfaces,
right.
all kinds of surfaces. And secondly,
we actually have the slides now.
Secondly, it is used for 3D documentation and for making facsimiles, for the definition of ancient materials. I just want to refer to the book, the latest publications. I'm not sure he can
yes,
get it because this is the latest publications on the laser. This book in Arabic, I insisted on writing it in Arabic because we have lack of references in Arabic in Egypt. So I made it in Arabic to help my colleagues and professionals to understand more about lasers. So this book is published by the Supreme Council of Antiquities, and I advise my colleagues to read it. It contains 8 chapters. It concentrates on the applications of laser, the principles of laser, and in applications it is concentrated on conservation of manuscript, conservation of textile, conservation of metal, conservation of wood, conservation of painting.
So all different materials.
Exactly, as well as scientific examination by laser and 3D documentation by laser as well.
Right.
Dr. Mansour, the application of laser in maintaining and preserving those monuments and relics and antiquities in general, do you think that this maintains it for a longer period other than the other ones that are not preserved by laser?
Actually, it's not tested yet because it is very modern science, and we just discovered the applications in restoration a few years ago. And we need more time to evaluate these tests and these experiments. Anyhow, each way of conservation has its own side effect. I assume that the side effect of laser, using laser in conservation, is much less than the traditional methods. And it is safe also for the human being himself. The restorer or conservator doesn't need to smell chemicals or organic solvents and so on. And if you allow me to go back to the slides,
yes,
if they are ready. This slide shows the mechanism of cleaning by laser. The red shows how the laser interact with materials, unwanted materials, to be cleaned and to be evaporated.
The green?
The green is another kind of mechanism which is called photothermal, and the other one was photomechanical. Here's this photo to prove that I still have hair in my head. It was in 1996 in Cairo University. This is in University of California in San Diego, USA, during the Fulbright scholarship where I was a visiting scholar there. Here Tutankhamun tomb during the 3D documentation for making one-to-one facsimile of the whole tomb.
And laser was used in each and every?
Yes, exactly.
And this one?
Here we use laser to imagine how the missing part can be completed. The lower photo shows the complete face, and the other one we can see the missing face.
Very interesting.
This is the Mona Lisa in the chest near to the neck. We can find the X illustrations that have been done for the Mona Lisa, and we can see the interference of the restorers that have been done before taking this photo. This also an old icon. We can see on the right the X interference, the X illustration using different colors for retouching.
So you can see before and after.
Exactly. This is Neferhotep tomb in Asasif in Luxor. This is the Argentinian mission using laser for cleaning the wall paintings, and we can see the tests of cleaning down in left hand. And in right hand, we can see the device, how small it is and how powerful. This is a photo from Oxford Library of 13th century, cleaning the limestone by laser. We can see some details in the right photo. This is marble statues after and before cleaning by laser.
Quite a stark difference indeed.
Yes.
You can tell.
Yes.
So you clean by the beams? Or?
Yes.
Right. Go ahead.
Can we continue on the, or no time for that?
No.
Oh.
I just wanted to ask you something, Doctor.
Yes,
you said
please.
the device is very... How expensive is this kind of technology? Because we all know that with technological innovation, it becomes more and more expensive.
It started from $50,000. Yeah.
The little device.
It deserves, yeah. But it deserves.
Right.
Right. Dr. Magdi Mansour, General Director of Conservation Coptic Museum, SCA, would like to thank you very much for coming over.
Thank you so
Best
much
of luck.
for inviting me, and thank you for people behind the cameras and the producers and the editors. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on a related note, Dina Yunus has another very interesting feature with the ancient Egyptians, and we'll be right back for more on The Breakfast Show. Do stay tuned.